When life gives you 100 reasons to break down and cry, show life that you have 1,000,000 reasons to smile and laugh and to stay strong. With this thought, we will start our value education class. And today we'll follow chapter 10 of Joyful Living for class 9, The Shadows. We will talk about the shadows, that is, the problems which are trying to engulf our society, which are trying to destroy us. But as we all know, there's a silver lining in every cloud. Yes, girls, in this class, we will try to curb these problems with universal love, concern for others, empathy, values of equality, and social justice. First, let's discuss the problems and their root causes. The first shadow is the shadow of poverty, and the causes behind poverty are the unequal distribution of wealth and wars and arms race. The unequal distribution of wealth. Sociologists and economists are of the opinion that the natural resources present in the world are sufficient to meet the need of all people. Unfortunately, the selfishness and greed of people do not allow for a just distribution of these resources. And this results in a situation where a privileged minority exploits the deprived majority. Then comes wars and arms race. The problem of world poverty is further complicated by the unprecedented buildup of nuclear armaments and the scores of armed conflicts that are raging in various parts of the world. These conflicts are the result of the suspicion and fear that prevail in the minds of the rulers and their unwillingness to seek peaceful means of ending mutual differences. It is a self evident fact that weapon sales and military aid to poor countries produces no peace but war. A continuing arms race is the prime cause of hunger and poverty all over the world. By one estimate, between 1945 to 1989, there were 138 wars, resulting in some 23 million deaths. But military force was also used elsewhere without an actual war breaking out, as in Hungary in 1956, Czechoslovakia in 1968, and Grenada in 1983. The Korean War caused 3 million deaths due to deadly conflicts. All 138 wars were fought in the Third World, and the weapons provided by the two major powers and their allies and fueled many. The next shadow of the society is female deaths. In some parts of our country, females are still considered as burdens and murdered in varied forms. Female feticide, neonaticide, female infanticide, girl child homicide, bride burning, dowry death, sati, witch hunting, etc. Almost all societies at time or another practice female infanticide. The practice of female infanticide has received sanction in rituals and customs in different societies and has been adopted in various ways that ranges from inhuman ways of killing the infants, such as starvation, the use of opium during breastfeeding, giving indigenous sedative, and strangulation. Female feticide is selective elimination of the female fetus. Data compiled for 2008 by the National Crime Record Bureau NCRB showed that there were 8,172 dowry deaths in the country. And for the same year, that is in the year 2008, there were 18,344 cases of cruelty to girls. A report by Prakash Kumar, published on December 15, 2006, says India has killed 10 million girls in 20 years. The report says, let me quote it from the report itself: 10 million girls have been killed by their parents in India in the past 20 years, either before they were born or immediately after. A government minister said, describing it as a national crisis. Every year in India, about 5 lakh fetuses are aborted because they are female. The statistics of January 2011 reveal that the number is risen to 1.5 million. The next evil or the next shadow of the society is dowry deaths. Dowry is not only one time payment at the time of marriage, rather, it opens up a series of expensive rituals, gift giving, customary honor to a groom and his kin, with, which continues even long after marriage on different occasions. Nowadays, dowry is mostly paid in cash to the groom's parents, and as a consequence, as a result, the bride usually will have no control over the dowry she brought along. It's very unfortunate that standing in 21st century these evils do exist in our society, in our country. The next evil is the evil of caste system. Caste system is perhaps the most oppressive system that afflicts Indian society. By and large, it continues to define an individual's entire life, occupation, education, culture, and political privilege, marriage, membership to clubs and associations, ritual behavior, and choices. The next evil is HIV AIDS. The acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, or AIDS, is caused by human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, which attacks human immune system, especially lymphocytes. The symptoms could be rapid weight loss, chronic diarrhea, prolonged fever, persistent cough, herpes zoster infection, etc. Previously, it was thought that around 5 million people were living with HIV in India, more than in any other country. Better data, including the result of the National Household Survey, conducted in 2005 2006 laid a major revision of the prevalence estimate in July 2007. In 2008, report by the Government of India's AIDS organization estimated that around 2.3 million people in India are living with HIV. Of these, 39% are female and 3.5% are children. So, girls, these are the major shadows that we have to cast aside from our society. These are the major evils that we need to fight. Girls, we are here to try our best to cast aside these shadows to make a better world. This class is not meant for depressing you all, rather to inspire you so that in coming years you may bring a sea change in the society, in the country, and in the world at large. The idea of changing the world can be daunting. It's not only easy but understandable to think, I am only one person. What can I really do? If every person thinks that, nothing will get done. But if every person did just one thing to make the world a better place today, billions of acts of kindness, social responsibility, and generosity would take place. And wouldn't that alone change the face of this planet? Helen Keller said, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. And just because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something that I can do. Here is a list of some of the ideas and about how to make the world a better place, one small action at a time. However, there are basic elements which make an ideal society with happy inhabitants, no discrimination of any sort, be it caste, gender, or religion, and sense of mutual peace should be instilled in all people to preface harmony. Now, let us talk about the solution. The first idea that comes into our mind is redefine prosperity. The first step towards living from the soul is to recognize the abundance of prosperity in our lives. Prosperity is not just about material wealth and gain. We can be prosperous in quality time, in talents, relationship, creativity, freedom, health, and emotional well being. Sadly, many of these free and wonderful gifts are sacrificed in pursuit of prosperity in its most fragile form. Realizing the abundance of gifts we already have in our lives nurtures gratitude through which we manifest great love for the choices we make. The next idea, according to me, is nurturing the child within. Now, girls, as a teacher, I am enchanted how you, the students, are immersed in the present, whether in moment of quiet solitude or in those of exhilarating adventure. Every day, you are on a voyage of discovery, delighted by things to which we, the adults, have become immune. Delight is an emotion which very few of us can truly claim to experience as we get older. Yet, it is the breath of life itself. Find ways to rediscover childlike delight, if only in the smallest of moments. From such delight, we manifest great love for the world around us. Next, be generous. It's easy to be selfish with our time, money, and resources by getting caught up in our material driven societal expectations. Try being generous and see how our life changes. Try to buy food for the old man who's sitting helplessly on pavement. Read to children at your local library, or simply stop and listen for the answer when you ask a friend how they're doing. Chances are that your generosity will energize you and you will feel less helpless about how to make the world a better place. And lastly, recognize the humanity of other people and respect their dignity. Yes, girls. Consciously realize that the homeless man you pass on the street every day is, in fact, a man, a human being. Through choices of his own or circumstances out of his control, he ended up in this situation, and that makes him no less human. Say hello and warmly greet him. Your greeting could bring healing to his heart and help heal the world one person at a time. Treat people as equals, no matter how you interpret their social standing. So, these were very few ideas by which you can build a better world, a new world. The improvement of society starts from nowhere but from people themselves. Unless the people long for a change in the society, the government can play no ace, as the government represents nothing but the voices and choices of the people. There can be no fixed ideas to improve a society, but rather it would depend on how far it has already come and where it stands right now. Besides this, what the society need and what the people want would also play hand in improvement. So girls, you are the future society. So we know that you are the world. You are the future. You are the channel of peace and harmony. So we depend on you. We hope that you will bring that new world for all of us. May you all be blessed. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you all.